Hi traders, how are you all doing? Today is the 12th of May 2025. Yeah, I'm here again to help you to teach you how I trade, um how to become a better trader. All right? I think that's a key word, better trader. Yeah. Um Again, guys, if you want to make money trading forex markets, if you want to be successful, yeah, I beg you, I beg you, you need to understand how the market work. Yeah, before you put your money, your hard-earned money in the market, please do some learning, do some homework, do some researches, do some back testing. Yeah, you can do this. Trust me, you can do this. I've been doing this for 7, 8 years now. Yeah, and I know how hard this is. Trust me, do not give up. Do not give up. Don't give up. Yeah, just keep working hard. Yeah, keep spending time on the. I mean, you have to spend time in the charts. You have to open your charts and it's just like, I mean, if you go through university, yeah, you must study, right? You must study to sit an exams to pass. It's the same thing for, yeah, trading forex. Yeah, you have to do your back testing. Yeah, you have to study the candlesticks. You have to study the charts. Yeah, you have to spend at least minimum 30 minutes a day looking at your charts. You have to if you want to be successful. Yeah, buying courses from people won't make you profitable. Getting signals from people won't make you profitable. Yeah, you have to spend some time looking at your charts. Yeah, and then you see all the signs and all the signals that you've bought. Everything that you're buying, trust me, you can learn this yourself. You can learn this yourself, but you need a mentor. Yeah, you need a mentor. You need someone that has been doing this for years to hold your hands and help you break it down for you to understand how this thing works. All right. So this is USD, US dollar against the Swiss franc. We made a video on this. So it should be in one of the videos um in excuse me. It is in one of the videos in the playlist. Yeah. Check it out. We discussed this level, and I'm not gonna go through everything that we spoke about. Yeah, because this video is gonna be will be long. We spoke about this level, right? And we said, or I said, that we are going to break down. And when we do break down, that the market will need to bounce back up, yeah, to get for us to sell at this supply zone. All right. So that was what I said, and exactly that was what happened. Yeah. So watch the video on this is somewhere on the playlist. Yeah. So what happened was we were trading above this level, yeah, for some years, all right, and then we broke the level, and when we break out from a level, we break out with engulfing candles, yeah, and this engulfing candle they do two things. The first thing is it acts as a stop hunt, well, it acts as a stop grabber. So for the ones people that have gone long here, as you can see, this green candle here, yeah, was a rejection of this level, and this is a bullish signal to go long. Yeah, all right. So people that have gone long here that are still holding on to the trade, then this was actually um, took them out. All right. So when we broke to the downside, people have gone short also. Yeah, because of a big bearish engulfing candle, and Yeah, so if they've gone short here, where would the stop loss be? The stops are gonna be above this level right here. All right, that's where the stops are gonna be, above that level right there. Okay, and then we had a retracement of the level, and then we rejected with this bearish pin bar right there. This bearish pin bar. Okay, a bearish pin bar is a what? Is a signal to go short. Yeah, and this is a confirmation to so many retracement traders waiting for a retrace and rejection of the level. So that came right here. Okay, and then the next day, because this is a daily candle or daily time frame rather, the next day we had this bearish engulfing candle right here to attract more sellers to come into the market. All right, so we had a lot of sellers coming in, and we had a lot of stops above the level. All right, so we know for sure that the retracement traders here and the breakout traders here have all got their stops above this level. We also had more retracement right there. Yeah, okay, more retracement right there. And we had more stops piling up above the level. Okay, so like we said, the market will need to come up to take them out. And yes, that has been completed. All right, and then this is a supply zone. We had this drop, base, drop. So this is a supply zone where we want to go short. Why? Because market is on the downside. Yeah. So you want to go with the trend. All right. The only reason why the people that have gone short here went quick, went early, is because this is how the banks manipulate us, the retail traders. Although they want to go short, they want you to go first, then they'll take your stops, and then it will start going the direction that you intended to go. And this is why most times you go short, they take you out, and then market go the same way that you predicted initially. The reason is because you cannot go short or long at the same time with the banks. The banks needs to do what they do best, grab your stops, and then they go the way you initially intended to go. So this is the way, this is the system, this is the process, and this is why you will never make money trading forex. Yeah, because they show you the legs. It's just a trap. They trap you go in, and then they do the opposite. Yeah, and then they go your way. So right, so supply zone identified on the daily time frame. Yeah, so you need to drop down to the lower time frames. Yeah, so what I did was I went down to 15 minutes time frame to identify my supply zone, where I went short about half an hour, 45 minutes ago. So this is that level on the daily time frame. This is the zone. All right. This is the zone on the daily time frame right here. So on the 15 minutes time frame, I identified my supply zone as this. We had this rally base, we had this massive drop. Yeah. So before you take any supply zones on the lower time frame, it has to align with the daily time frame. All right. So this supply zone right here, yeah, the first thing I have to check is the move away from the zone. Was it two times my supply zone, which is this yellow rectangle right here? Yes, the move away was two times. Yeah, it was at least more than two times. Yeah, and it was a strong move away. All right, it was a strong move away. All right, so that's first thing that I look out for. The second thing I look out for is, was this supply zone responsible in a break of a momentum line? This line here is my momentum line. You may choose to call it a trend line, that's fine, but I call it momentum line. So it was responsible in the break of this momentum line. Yeah. And the third thing that I look at for is, did this supply zone take out any opposing zone to my left? Yeah. Opposing zone is demand zone. This was a demand zone This was a demand zone also. So I had these two demand zones taken out by this move to the downside. Yeah. So this achieved all my three criterias before taking any supply zone on the lower time frame. Yeah. So when price came into my supply zone, all right, I took a sell and my stop is above the supply zone right there. Yeah. So that's my stop there. And I am aiming for at least 3 to 1. This is just a bit more than 3 to 1, but yeah, so I think this is about 3.5 to 1. So this is what I'm aiming to take my profit. All right. So this trade is active. And I'll come back to complete this video. Thank you for watching. Hi, my friends. Good morning. Yeah, this is 13th of May 2025, and it is 5:21 a.m. in the UK. Yeah, I'm just concluding the USD Swiss franc video. So we've hit our TP. All right. So take profit was smashed this morning, as you can see. All right. So yeah. So this is how I trade the supply and demand zones on the lower time frame. So yeah. So let's go back uh, on the daily time frame. So this was the zone that we spoke about earlier. Yeah. And price came into our supply zone um, right here. Yeah. So this is our supply zone. This drop base drop, and this is the um, daily time frame supply zone. Okay. So when the market came to the supply zone, we dropped to the lower time frame to look for a zone to sell because this supply zone on the day time frame is a huge zone. All right. So you need to draw down to lower time frame. Okay. So what I did not say yesterday about this green candle was that this was a breakout of this level. And what will happen is buyers have come into the market, yeah, and yeah, there will be a retracement to the level to get more to get more buyers to go in, to come in rather, to go long, and the stops are all going to be below this low, yeah, and it will come down to take them out before going down, um, at least to that low, yeah, okay. So not to keep it long, I'll do more of these videos to show you how I trade these supply zones on the lower time frame. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Any questions, drop a comment and I'll be happy to respond to you. All right. Take care now. Bye.